How did you meet her?
I first saw her when I was a teacher.
The first time I saw him, I think I was in Form 3. And of course, I saw a handsome young man, and I told myself, if that young man asks me out someday, God knows if our paths will ever meet.
Nasonga
if,
nalo.
if the question is popped, I'll definitely say yes.
So for you, it was love at first sight?
Yes, it was. It was, and yeah.
I will later come to know she followed me in church.
Allah.
My generation should not fear marriage. It is working.
You attract who you are. Marriage is perfect. People are not perfect, but the institution itself is very perfect.
Hello, welcome to the How We Met show, a show where we celebrate real love. We derive valuable lessons from couples who've been married for quite some time. All this to inspire marriages, to base our marriage perspective based on God's idea of marriage. I am your host, Cheerful Damaris, and today I am joined by an awesome couple, Pastor David and his lovely wife, Lucy. I'll be welcoming them to help us to just look at marriage from how God intended it to be. So, welcome, Pastor David.
Thank you. My name is David Minor. I am a pastor with Life Vision Ministries. We are located in Kabatini, Nakuru North Sub-County. That's where we are. I am married to one wife.
Moja.
Anaitwa Lucy.
Yes.
And we've been married for a couple of years now.
A couple sounds nice.
Yeah. Tunashukuru. Thank you for having us.
Thank you. Thank you. It's an honor to have you. So I would love to start with the juicy bit of it. Where did you guys meet? Nani alianza mwingine? Ama ni God alisema? So how did you meet her?
We have different versions of how
Different
we met.
versions. It's not the same?
It's not the same.
Sasa tuanze na gani? Let's start from you.
I first saw her when I was a teacher. After I left my Form 4, tulikuwa tunakaa 2 years before joining campus. And so I was given a job as a teacher. I used to teach English and mathematics, a very funny combination.
It's
And
really
so
funny.
She happened to be a student in the Form 4 that I was also teaching. And so I saw her, but I just saw her as one of the many students I was teaching.
Nothing clicked. It wasn't love at first sight.
No, absolutely not. Yeah. And then after I left the school, I joined campus. She joined our church. She joined our church, and we served together in church for many years until 2017, when I thought of her as a woman.
Ukaona anaweza.
I saw her as a sister, but from 2017, I think I began to see a woman. Yeah, and so I asked her out, and I think the rest is history. As they say.
Wait, did you just ask her out the first day?
You see, we had been so close.
Or as friends?
As
So you started
friends.
it off as friends.
At some moment, she was employed as a secretary to my senior pastor. So she used to work in the office. And see, and I'm an associate pastor. So we would
Mnapitana kwa corridor.
tunapitana, you know, when I'm giving her instructions on what to type. And so that's how we met. But her story is different. I think.
Let's hear now the juicy part of this.
Well, the first time I saw him, I think I was in Form 3, and they had come with their church, which is now where I fellowship or I'm part of. And it was a rally. We had a rally, and their man of God then was the preacher. So the church had come, and there were so many. He was the one programming. That is the first time I saw him. And of course, I saw a handsome young man, and I told myself, if that young man asks me out someday, God knows if our paths will ever meet.
Nasonga
if,
nalo.
if the question is popped, I'll definitely say yes.
So for you, it was love at first sight?
Yes, it was. It was, and yeah.
I will
So
later come to know she followed me in church.
Allah.
Eh?
Hey,
I would-
girl power.
but you see, one thing I like about her, she never said it. And I
She
think
was taught well.
I think girls should not say it. You just position yourself nicely.
Exactly.
Yeah.
where you can be seen, of course.
Visibility
behind.
matters.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. So that was my first time, and then of course, like he says, he became a teacher. He would come, and I would really long for the lessons in the evening. I mean, you want to see that person you see, and you feel like life is happening.
Whoa.
You know, even if they don't know that they mean anything.
Yeah.
It was,
Yeah.
you know, and he never saw me. I always wonder why, and
Ama alikuwa anacheza chini.
so those
I think
were.
I was very focused. I just wanted to be there, teach, then go to the uni,
Then go to the uni.
and do life as my mind was not. My mind was not focused on. I never had a girlfriend in my high school days. I think I wanted to do life. You know.
So now, from there, what happened?
Yes,
and then what happened?
So from there, I'm done with. Of course, he goes, and I'm done with my Form 4. And a friend of mine invited me for morning devotions because our home is not far away from the church. Yeah, so I began going there, and actually, I think I had forgotten that he fellowships in that church. But when I began going there, now I see him again, and I am revived again. That thing inside of you, you know. And yeah, so I became a member, and yeah, like he says, I got employed at the office as a secretary. So that's when we began communicating bit by bit until we were friends. You know, that person you can open up to, just friends without any strings attached. But of course, I knew if he did, I would. But if it doesn't come, if it doesn't come, then yeah, God knows better.
So at what point did you decide or realize this is the one? And did you maybe pray about it, or what is that realization that made you realize, well, let me marry this one?
The first thing I would say, we were friends, and I think sometimes it's good for, if not always, but sometimes it's good for marriage to stem from a place of
Friendship.
So we were friends, and then her values, I saw how much she valued ministry, and I knew that at some moment, at some point in my life, I would end up in ministry.
Yeah.
So I needed somebody who has the same value. So when I saw that she values
Very
ministry,
important.
so for me, our hearts began to resonate, because our values have converged. And and then I prayed. I would say I prayed. Prayer is a factor.
Yeah.
And just not praying, I also involved a few people in my life, because you can't
People
really,
you are accountable to.
yes, you can't trust your emotions. And something I would say to young people, sometimes you can't see much. You can't see when you are blinded
When
by
you're
love.
swept over. It's called what? Being swept over.
Yeah. So I involved a few people, and when I realized nobody was opposed to the idea, and there was some sense of peace in my heart about it. Yeah.
Something you said very important, one that you consulted, or rather involved people, which is very important, because when most young people, we tend to trust our emotions. And then the other important thing you've said is about checking her values vis-a-vis yours, and marrying her values with yours to ensure that in future hakutakuwa na anything coming in between your ministry, as you said. That is very, very important. How will you advise young people in terms of, most of young people will just say, ni mrembo, akona pesa, tusonge. how are these other factors affect marriage, or how important is it to look at that, her values, her beliefs vis-a-vis yours?
I believe one of one of the main causes of marriages to fail is wrong partner.
Yeah.
Is a wrong partner. So when your values do not agree, when your ideologies about life do not agree, so you mutafika mahali tu na you begin to drift away. So I think compatibility is very, very key. You know, ensuring that the both of you are compatible. You see life from the same lenses. You have the same family values. You know, you have the same values as far as raising children is concerned. The same values as far as faith is concerned. Those are not things you want to ignore.
Yeah.
So ensuring this is the right person as far as your future, your outlook in life is concerned is very important.
So that said, how do you keep God at the center of your marriage? What activity do you pray together? Do you have a session together? What is it that ensures that you guys have put God at the center of marriage?
Wow.
Yeah, so I am glad my husband has really insisted, and we began when we got married, that prayer is part of our lives, part of our marriage, part of family. We cannot do without prayer. And so we pray together so that we keep the fire burning. Remember, we're in ministry.
Yeah.
We need God in ministry. We need God in our marriage. And so when he began teaching me about prayer, of course, I rebelled a bit. I mean, because you learning bit by bit in marriage. I always say when you get into marriage, it's not something we've done before.
Yeah.
You're doing a very new thing. It's only in marriage you've given a certificate before you
the
class,
exam.
you know. And so, but I've learned it. We have grown in it together. He has helped me. And so I'd say we're really key on prayer. We try we as much as we can to pray together, and also personal. But he prays. I also have my personal time to pray. And so when we meet now, the fire, burns, and yeah.
So
but
now
we also keen on someone's. For example, you find there's a someone he wants me to watch. You know, you find he's also recommending something for me. But we both of us keep one.
So now, when people are married, especially from a godly setup, people assume that there are no challenges. Ukiokoka, ukiolewa, there is no challenges. Do you have those ups and downs? Have you faced them? Have you faced challenges? How do you solve them in a godly way, so to speak?
Challenges ni lazima. Challenges.
Challenges.
Challenges ni lazima, you know. And for us, our main, and it's the main challenge we had was conflict resolution.
I tell you,
it was a serious one.
How you resolve your conflict.
How we resolve our conflicts. And I think it's very important for a couple in their first and second year to establish how they
intend to resolve their
because kuna watu pia unapata walizoea kusweep things under the carpet. Others ni silent treatment. And over time unapata watu wamedevelop resentment and drifting apart from each other. So for us that was a really serious challenge. Serious challenge. But sasa over time I think we have learned to, one of the things we do, we really listen to each other. So if one of us is upset about something, whether it's trivial to you or not, you first of all acknowledge that the other person is hurt. So you don't even apologize for what they are saying, you apologize that they are hurt. You first of all acknowledge their pain. And so for us that was our very main challenge. So today I think we really listen to each other a lot. It was a serious one for us.
Ile silent treatment, ile anakwambia you wake me up at 5 a.m. alafu unamwandikia ka note kwa sababu huko unamwongelesha jioni. When unamwambia why did you not wake me up? I wrote you a note. Last I checked you were not talking to me. Does that did you guys have a culture shock? Ama yenyu ilikuwa tu sawa? You know, we come from different backgrounds. Did you guys experience a culture shock? Ama yenyu ilikuwa fiti?
Culture shock ni nyingi. Unajua when you come into marriage you have expectations.
Yeah, of course.
And some of those expectations are based on where you were raised up.
I agree.
Like I was raised up by a mother who by 6 supper is ready. So at 7 we have taken supper.
Your story made.
And now I'm married and my wife at 9 there is no supper yet.
You're thinking of what to eat.
That's when she's contemplating on we are going to cook. So culture shock is
inevitable.
Especially when you have a lot of expectations.
Yeah.
And some of those expectations are not met.
True.
So we had those. And at the end of the day you have to compromise. Tukutane hapa katikati, you come closer. I also give in a little bit.
What was your culture shock?
I where I came from, my husband is an early, he rises up very early, you know, and well, and as much as I don't sleep maybe up to 8 a.m. or so, he will rise up at 5. He's awake by 5. And I was
because they sleep early. If you're eating by 6, clearly you must be eating that early to sleep.
So that's him. And you know, that's from where I'm coming from. It's not, we didn't have that. Okay, there are days we wake up a bit early, but not. It wasn't consistent for him. It's a thing he does every day. And so for me, so I'm like, man, this is too early. We are on honeymoon, and my husband wants tea early. Oh, that's how he loves it, you know. And so you get such, but yeah. Nowadays, I'm trying to really fit in his program because this is where I belong. So I get to really take myself to his place, and yeah.
You know, culture shock is inevitable. Mine, from where I come from, I know my father was served bones. Unaona ile nyama, when you cook meat and then there is the bony structure, the one that has a bone marrow in between, and then kuna nyama. I always, at my place, I will see my mom serve that to my dad. So when I was married, I served the same to my husband because apparently that one is served to kings. And my husband is saying, no, you cannot give me this. When they are boys, this one is meant for boys. So basically people come from different backgrounds, and you really you need to learn how to come and to an understanding, basically.
And patience, you know, because you have to grow into marriage. Nobody, you know, I wasn't a wife then. I am, you know, I am becoming.
You're
married, grow, and you're becoming every day. And so if patience is part of a couple, then people go, hakutakuwa na ugomvi mwingi, because you are understanding that he is growing as a husband. He has never, you know,
he has never been,
you know, so I am also becoming a wife and the version he wants for that matter. So patience is really key when people are in marriage, and especially when people are beginning and it's growing towards
marriage inabamba mafala. So who among you is mfala? Because basically Gen Z and millennials are really afraid to get married. So how will you tell them? What kind of an advice will you give to them?
I think what we're having right now is a lot of celebrities that are not modeling the right values as far as marriage is concerned. So napata those people who have marriages working for them are not on social media. And they are not outspoken. So the many models that we have today are really misrepresenting marriage. And what I would tell young people is that God is the author of marriage.
God indeed is the author.
You know, marriage is perfect. People are not perfect, but the institution itself is very perfect. And so I would say, unless you come to God, you will never have a perfect marriage, but you can have a good marriage.
True.
And one way to have a good marriage, and the only way to have a good marriage, is when you allow the Bible to be the book that instructs you about marriage.
You've said it clearly that God is the author of marriage, and my thinking about marriage is that God had an idea of this marriage. It's the same case when every manufacturer has a manual to every electronic. So if it's God who created this marriage, so basically he's the one who has that manuscript. So how will you tell our young people, or you as a pastor, what kind of advice? I would now like you to tell me, without asking you any questions or anything. Just tell me, or rather tell my viewers, the view of marriage, what your advice will be to them.
I'll tell them, one, allow God, allow God to instruct you about marriage. He's the one who has the blueprints of marriage. He's the one who instituted it. And if you do marriage the way he did not author it, I tell you, it will dysfunction. You find today people want to fight the place of submission, or the place of a man as the head of the family. Whatever you're going to try to cook will dysfunction, because it was not created to work that way. There is the way God instituted it. And so one, I would say, let's learn from the Bible. Number two, I would say, let's allow people who have gone ahead, who have marriages that are working, and they are there. They are there. They may not be outspoken, they may not be very conspicuous, but there are very many women and men that are enjoying family. So allow yourself to draw grace from people who have the grace for marriage. That is what I would say. Number three, I would say that is very, very important. It's very, very important for you to be in a church. You read the Bible and you learn. Most of the guys in the Bible, people like Moses, people like Rebecca, they got married at the well. Moses got away from the well. Isaac got away from the well. You never go wrong in church. You never go wrong in church. And one of the things that God rewards young people who serve in church is with functional families, functional marriages. So tell them, let's go to church. Let's serve the Lord. Grow yourself. Grow yourself. Become the best version of yourself, because you attract who you are.
True.
Yeah.
Awesome. As we wrap up, what will you tell us, Lucy?
I always say someone should have given me a better definition of marriage is work, because we're saying it's work, but it's not being defined well for my generation or our generation to really understand that when you get into it, it is work. That is why prayer cannot be out of marriage. You know, you begin with God, and it has to go all the way with God. You know, so it is work. You get into it. You learn your partner. You know, you understand them. You know, and you compromise. That is why they're saying utaenda kwake na yeye akuje kwako. You know, we're trying to have something working that was not. We're creating a life together. You know, that was us. My generation should not fear marriage. It is working.
Because
Our
they
role,
fear.
yes, people are fearing it, because today, looking at social media, people are divorcing right, left, and center for some petty things, some big things. But I say, the only thing that Jesus Christ alifananisha na, I mean, alisema watu waachane kwayo, just call it infidelity. So kitu chochote that can make people, you know, part is something close to infidelity. You know, something that is leading to death, or something it's crazy. But that's why I said patience is really key. So for people who want to get into marriage, please consider patience. You know, study and know that it is work. You have to put in work. You have to see to it that it is working. You know, it is not something it's not brought to you on a silver platter ufikirie nitachukua, and it is, you know, you have really to work on it. You have to put effort and pray about it, and God, being the author, He will surely make it work.
Thank you very much. That was Pastor David and his lovely wife Lucy. Until next time, bye-bye.